In the danger zone. Welcome back, Allison.
Right between Jim and Peter.
Wow. And Greg is back, bringing in another cast of characters. You're always good at finding people.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe they still sign up, even after they've been on the show.
Even after they've been in here with you guys.
They've been here, and they do it again.
You make it sound like we're strangers, though. You've had us here before.
No, I know.
Absolutely.
Cast of characters.
But you keep coming back. That's what amazes us.
Yeah.
I know.
You've seen behind the curtain.
Yeah.
So it's like, and they still come back.
Yeah. Greg pays us big money to be here.
Yeah.
There you go. Greg from the Concord Food Co-op. Turkey butt.
Oh, it's the big
Turkey
bucks.
bucks.
The turkey
Right there.
bucks.
Turkey
Yep,
bucks.
yep.
Yes.
There we go. Still, how much longer?
What is it, to about a week before Thanksgiving?
Yep. So you're okay. And Thanksgiving's late this year.
Yes.
So you
I think
actually
it's like
have extra time
20th, 21st, or something like that.
to take advantage of
19th.
turkey bucks.
19th. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
You have the.
I'm there for you, man.
You have the
I'm
notes there. Thank you. Thank you.
Because Thanksgiving is what, 28th?
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah,
it's
it
wicked
is
late.
this year. So, but Turkey Bucks going well.
Unbelievable.
How about Roundup?
Rounded up
Rounded
the register.
it up.
Yes,
Yeah.
this month it is the Community Action Program,
Right.
and they're at $2,800 month to date, so they should be well over
They should be doing
$3,000 for Rounded Up at the register this month.
Have we already started encouraging talent for next year's talent show?
No, but we do have the date. So save the
We
date.
do?
October
Nice.
3rd, 2020. We have
that's
reserved the
good.
Bank of New Hampshire stage, so we are in.
So we're committed. There will be
There will be a
Number
talent
2.
show.
All right.
Yes, there will.
fabulous.
Yes, it
Fabulous.
will.
All right. So what are we doing today?
Today, tips from the yoga coaches.
Oh.
So one of the things I was thinking is, I just think of yoga as primarily the benefits of, the flexibility. But, I'd like to start with some of the health tips that are derived from doing yoga. If you could help Peter understand if he was involved with yoga, how that would help him.
Jim Readey, Allison Lellos. Jim Readey, I assume he's looking at you, so I assume you're going first. Jim's been teaching yoga and meditation for the past 25 years. Former New Hampshire attorney and Concord Food Co-op, a board member. His mission is to help individuals live their healthiest, happiest, and, wait for it, fullest lives possible. In addition to yoga, he also leads workshops and retreats in conscious communication, men's work, love you, man, couples work, and,
Love you, man.
wait for it, mindful improv comedy.
Yeah.
NHYogaCenter.com or take 6 breaths at gmail.com. And Allison is back, Allison Lellos, owner of Karma Kids NH, local teacher, yoga instructor, and health coach. She provides yoga and meditation services for children, teachers, and caregivers. I like this. To support big emotions and busy lifestyles. For more information, contact Karma Kids at 568-2763 or karmakidsnh at gmail.com. Now, after all that, follow up on Greg's question.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, the question was, if I recall,
It was tell Peter.
tell Peter because
Yeah.
Greg,
What Peter
know
should be
That's
doing.
everything about
That's
yoga.
That's all
Great.
Peter heard.
But
Yeah.
for Peter's benefit,
Is this an intervention? Wow.
I was just going to say, this is actually an intervention.
Great. Thank you.
Peter,
would not-
sit down, please.
that would not be a bad idea.
Here we go.
Because in prior shows, I recall trying to get us all to breathe, and I remember
That was painful listening to that. It wasn't working.
Oh,
we
yeah.
never breathed, did we?
No.
And who was the culprit? Who kept us from breathing?
Wasn't me.
Go ahead, say it.
It was not me.
That wasn't even here. man.
Okay.
Okay.
I love you.
So-
Fine.
All right. So, what doesn't yoga help? I don't really know where to begin. That was the question, right? What are the benefits of yoga?
What doesn't
doing-
yoga accomplish?
Yeah. What doesn't it? I don't know where to start. Just jump in with me, Allison, if you would. It helps our respiratory system.
Mm-hmm.
It helps our ability to sleep well.
Stress and anxiety.
Reduces stress and anxiety.
Circulatory?
Circulatory, nervous system,
Yeah.
muscular system,
Sleep.
myofascia.
Sleep.
We'll repeat that.
Will it help?
Sleep.
Sleep. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Sleep is important.
In the way
Without
Say that one
sleep-
twice because it's extra important.
Yeah,
it really is.
Because if you don't have sleep, your batteries are not being recharged, and you're just hitting the office or whatever the next day on a down note. And
You're deficient.
Once you get behind, you do not catch up.
Yeah.
No.
And plus, I was always under the illusion that, okay, Friday, yay, I can sleep tomorrow morning and catch up on no. You can't do 5 days of depleted and then one day
And be all
replenish.
set.
You
Yeah.
can't do
Right.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have to think of the impact of all those other days you didn't get enough sleep. It impacts all the decisions that you make, how you function, how you feel, and it's just all encompassing. It's not just a matter of like, oh, I'm going to feel tired. There are so many other side effects to
And I
not
think
getting
everybody
enough.
knows it. I mean, when you've been really tired, all you want to do is go to sleep, but then
Right.
something keeps you awake, whether it's an emergency or work or whatever, so you don't get the sleep. You know that you're stumbling through. You know your decisions are not as crisp. You're not as creative. You're not as responsive. You know that.
And usually it's not, I'm going to say, it's not an external emergency or an external situation that's keeping you awake. It's your mind
Yeah.
that's telling you
It
that this
is.
is an emergency or this is so important. I've got to get up and I've got to, whatever the thing is, I don't know, I've got to go put my email into their file folders, organize my iPhone. But it's what's going on for me, I'll speak personally. When I used to have trouble sleeping in high school, college, it was because my mind was busy and I was going through the list of things that I should take care of, what I thought were problems that I could head off if I got a jump start on them the night before. And so my mind was continually going, and that would keep the adrenaline flowing.
Yep.
And so the way that yoga works and meditation, which are essentially the same thing, it helps us learn how to let go of attachment to those thoughts, to notice the thoughts starting to arise, and instead of jumping on that train, if you will, just sit in your car and watch the train go by. Don't get out of your car.
So how do I do it when I'm laying in bed? And it's what I call busy head.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm trying to go to sleep because God, tomorrow's a big day. And it's like, it just goes for no particular thing. I'm not there long enough to solve a problem. I go here.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, why did he play that stupid song? I can not get that stupid song out of my head. I hear the first thing of the song. Get the song out of here. Okay, then I'm thinking about and then it goes back to the song. And then it's like, oh my God, it's 11:30. I got to go to sleep.
Yeah.
How do you go dark? How do you...
I've got to go to sleep. That is yet one more thought.
Yeah, I know.
It's just
As
one
you
more
look at
thought.
the clock.
Yeah. So I'll sign up for yoga tomorrow. I'll finally take Jim and Greg up and a little push and go. So how do you do it? Well, I once heard John Kabat-Zinn say in a video when he was being interviewed by Bill Moyers, he was asked, all right, this kind of meditation that you teach, what is it, insight meditation? Or I've forgotten what he calls it. Yeah. But he said, it sounds like it's great for your chronic pain patients. But what about someone like me? I don't have chronic pain. Why would I want to do meditation? And John Kabat-Zinn said to him, well, when you jump out of an airplane, that's not the best time to start sewing your parachute.
Nice.
In other words, start to prepare
Valid
in
point,
advance.
yeah.
Don't wait till you get into bed to start your meditation or your yoga practice. So there's lots of things you can do before you get into bed and things you can do at the beginning of the next day as well. So it's really a lifestyle. Yoga is a lifestyle, is it not, Allison? It's not. It's not like giving you a pill. Come to our class and we'll give
How
you a
long
quick
am I
pill.
doing it before I go to bed, Allison?
See, there he goes. He's asking for a pill. How long
know,
is this?
right,
Well,
yeah.
no,
How long
because-
after-
I know,
which is not a bad question.
I
but-
know my life, and I know most people's lives going, it makes sense. However, by the time I do dinner and take care of the kids and the dogs and check my email and get ready for bed, boom, I'm ready. But if I can devote some time before I go to bed.
Sure. Before Allison gives her great answer, I'm going to suggest that you start breathing now. So start now. You can always start in every
Do I
moment.
need 6 of them?
6 would be
Stop
an
holding your breath,
optimal
Peter.
amount.
All right. Okay.
So while
Now,
you listen to
seeing
Allison,
as how he so rudely interrupted you, what was your answer, Allison?
I don't think I even started, so it's good. No, but like before bedtime, I've found that it's helpful, at least like blocking off an hour or two before bed, not just for like straight meditation, because everyone's busy, everyone has a laundry list of things to do, but things you can begin doing, like turning off the TV, putting your phone away,
Yep.
because even the lights from the screens are going to keep your brain activated and keep you from going to sleep.
Yep.
But also it's helpful if your mind is racing, you're thinking about the next day, making a list of everything you need to do the next day or everything you want to debrief about in your mind before you go to bed. So you have it on paper. It's something tangible. You feel like you've done something of purpose to kind of organize those thoughts. And then
And you let it out of your head.
well, right.
in
You know,
writing
like,
it down.
okay, I'm going to have this
Yeah.
list in the morning. It's going to remind me. I don't have to try to remind myself and rejog my memory. It's going to be there. So then you can kind of, sometimes journaling before bed just to debrief about the day, making a list for the upcoming day. So like, okay, the second I wake up, these are the things I want to tackle. But even if you have like a racing mind like I do, and the thoughts are always going, and maybe they don't have any
They don't
rhyme
stop.
or
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know.
You know, sometimes having something to focus on, like listening to a meditation, is helpful. You know, it could even just be meditative sounds, or it could be a guided meditation that, you know, you listen to as you go off to sleep, or even, you know, just focusing on your breathing. Like in the yoga classes I teach, a lot of people, you know, our mind goes everywhere, especially when we're trying to get into a pose. We're already talking ourselves out of it. We're already telling ourselves it's difficult. But focusing on our breath, it gives us something to draw our attention to, like the pace in which we're inhaling and exhaling. And so it's a lot harder to try to think of like a grocery list and you're breathing and doing a pose. If you could just focus on the breath and the pose, those are two really productive things because they tie together and make your yoga practice more beneficial.
It sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
Actually,
Doesn't it make you want to do it?
actually doing it and staying with it, different animal.
And
And I don't-
Absolutely.
Trying to block things
Absolutely.
out of your head.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
don't try to block. This is where I wanted to jump in.
Oh,
Those
good.
are all wonderful
Good.
Why do you
ideas.
insist on interrupting her?
No, but Jim makes a good point. Like all the thoughts are there for a purpose. They're
now-
not bad. It's
now,
working
now
with
you're
them.
enabling her.
Jim makes
Great.
a good
That's
point.
Great. Yeah.
You hear that? Allison makes a
Save
good
that.
point.
He wants that. We'll send that clip to him.
Alan
I
makes a
think
wonderful
everything
point.
Jim says is gold. Keep going, Jim.
Allison, what are you doing?
Everything Allison says is platinum.
I just want to keep the peace, guys.
Yeah.
Is there a
Let's
way
breathe together.
to start with yoga even from home? Again, I'm looking at it like I have to carve out like 2 hours to go to a yoga class. The transportation back and forth, and then you know, and so it seems like it's I guess counterproductive to be thinking I want a quicker way to do yoga. That automatically I think I'm approaching it wrong. But at the same time, I'm trying to be realistic and say, yeah. But I've got, you know, I'd like to try with 10 minutes and just slowing down and take 10 minutes. Are there things that you would recommend that you could do at home to start it and hopefully build up from there?
Yeah. So we're having conversations
Why
on
did you automatically assume he was talking to you?
different levels.
She was ready to answer. All right, fine.
I thought it was time for
Fine.
some,
No, that's
some
fine,
extra
Jim. Go
wisdom
ahead.
from the male perspective. That's
love
all.
You, love you, man. That's
Love you,
okay.
guy.
Because men and women don't wake up the same in the morning.
We don't wake up the same?
No,
Tell
no.
me more. I'd love to hear that. What is that?
No, go with the male perspective.
Okay.
How should men ease into the day?
Well, one of the problems that we men have, and particularly the two dudes at this table, is that we want to approach life from a not
You're
path.
not
Thank you very
Allison.
much.
just want to say,
appreciate
helping.
it. I'm back a step. It's
Yeah.
good.
Peter, you can be on my woman team. It's fine.
For those of you watching on video, it's these guys I'm talking about.
Oh.
You want to approach yoga as a doing. Okay, what do I do? How do I do it in a short amount of time? And you acknowledge that, Greg. You said, I'm maybe this is the wrong approach, but I want to do it more efficiently. And so we want to meet ourselves where we're at. So if you only have 10 minutes, it would be great to find 10 minutes that you could start to, something you could do for 10 minutes. The thing that you're going to learn if you stay with those 10 minutes is that if you're trying to do whatever you're doing during those 10 minutes as a doing, you're probably not going to be in a much better situation at the end of those 10 minutes than you were when you started. So what you'll learn eventually is that, oh God, I'm frustrated even just doing 10 minutes of stretching or 10 minutes of breathing. It's, what did you call it when you're sleeping or trying to sleep? Peter?
Busy head.
Busy head.
Yeah.
So maybe busy head is showing up, like Allison was saying, for some of the students when they're trying to do their yoga. They're still
What do you mean
talking
it's
and they're in their
Allison
heads.
said? I said it. Give me credit.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's still it's like you're still multitasking with that 10 minutes of yoga.
Right.
Still have
Instead
busy-
of doing
still have
it
busy
how
head.
you should do it.
Yeah, and after I do the 10 minutes of yoga, then I can go and I can do these other things for work, and I got to do. So what we're really trying to learn how to do is to let go of that notion that we're doing anything at all. Instead, just become a human being, not a human doing.
Nice.
That's what we're aiming for. So it's not.
You
It's
should put
easier
that on
said.
a bumper
It's
sticker.
easier
Yeah,
said
No,
than done.
that is great.
yeah.
That is a great perspective because it's
It-
really about
God invented it.
Your
He called us
mind.
human beings.
and
Sorry.
that's a good thing. And it's about your mind. It's so funny when we started the conversation. It was about the physiological ways that yoga can help, and it's really about helping your mind and your mindset being in the moment
Yes.
at the time, letting everything else go, and that will help replenish you.
But does that involve the stereotypical downward-facing dog poses and stretching, or can it be 10 minutes of just the mind and
It can
breathing?
be
yeah.
anything. Do
Okay.
what.
It can be just
Okay.
meditation.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I think when people think yoga, they think the the stretching. But I'm saying if you have the 10 minutes, and we're talking about the head, boom, clear it out, breathe, get back in that good space.
Yoga is far more vast than physical postures.
Okay.
There's so
Right.
much
It's
more
about the yoga philosophy as a whole, not just the poses, the asanas.
Well,
a
and
lot
that's
of
what I
people
wanted to
think
get
of
people
just that
past.
part of
Yeah.
yoga, but it's really all encompassing.
Okay.
Meditation is a subcategory of yoga, if you will.
Right.
So that's the mind start. Maybe that's what
But
you're
again,
talking about.
finite period of time. I got 10 minutes. I got 15 minutes. Short. For me, it doesn't involve the exercises. It's 15 minutes. I'm in the truck, turned off the radio. I'm somewhere. There's a river. Great. Boom.
There we
Zone.
go. It's a good example of meeting people where they're at. For you, Peter, maybe the postures aren't going to work.
Right.
Maybe they would work for Greg. So I would want to have a conversation with both of you if you were asking, what can I do in 10 minutes? Like, what works for you? And you like being outdoors.
Oh,
so you
absolutely.
like fishing or hunting, whatever you do. When you get out in nature, that relaxes you and you're comfortable in doing that.
Yep.
So that's a great place for you to,
Yeah.
to practice what we would call yoga or meditation. Just make pockets of time for yourself when you're not away on a hunting trip. Can you do it closer to home?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When even scheduling it into your day, like anything else, like even as you get started, because for me, starting out, even the thought of like going somewhere different, like, oh, okay, well, I've got to meditate when I'm in the woods, like picking times that aren't so involved, that can be easy to do. Like scheduling it, like, 10 minutes after getting out of bed, I'm going to sit in this separate space of my home, like picking out a space that you're going to go with no distractions, not bringing your phone with you, and not seeing it as just a checkbox as to something you need to do that morning, but really being present. Because if you're connecting with yourself and actually, breathing and resting your mind, then you're more able to address other things in your life that you want to adjust toward healthy living.
Sure.
It gives you a chance to like talk to yourself for once, because we don't often get to do that.
Now, see, something I have always encouraged people on the air to do when it comes to finances, you get paid today.
Oh, that's great. I
Hey,
didn't
we
know you
do?
were getting paid.
Wow.
Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Because if you wait until all the bills are paid, there's going to be no money. You're not going to get ahead. Pay yourself first. The same thing with what we're talking about. You're taking care of yourself before you go back to life.
Right.
Makes sense?
You can kind of set the tone for the day, being like, okay, I've done
Absolutely.
this one thing.
Yep.
I'm going to keep
Yep.
it going.
You know that story about the flight attendant who tells the passengers if the oxygen masks drop down because we're maybe in an emergency situation and you're a mother or a father with a small an infant, put it on yourself first.
Right.
Because you're going to be of no help to anybody else
true.
if you can't breathe. Yeah, same idea. Hey, back to Greg for just a moment. His 10 minutes. 'cause
You've
I
got
know
30 seconds, so we have to take a break. Go
All
ahead.
right, can I do it? All right, real
Yep.
quickly. So, what works for you? I happen to know that Greg likes to dance. He's a Zumba aficionado. Am I correct?
All right.
So dance for a few
I
minutes.
went once, and when I realized I was way out of my league.
Do a little bit on your own. Put on some music that you like, maybe Danger Zone, and then breathe and take a little rest at the end of it. Just lay down and lie down and take some rest.
Yeah.
That's just an idea, but I'd love to have
Dance
But
and lay
broader
down. But I can do
conversation.
that in my living room.
But
I
I-
can dance in my living room.
Yes,
Lay
there
down.
you go.
Yeah.
And it's
But I
free.
applaud you for at least trying. That was great.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah, Peter wouldn't.
No. Hell
way.
no. We're taking a break.
Zumba, no.
I'm honest. Come on. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this. Allison Lellos, Jim Readey, back in the house. Greg, Concord Food Co-op, with us. One of the owners of Concord Food Co-op.
Yes, I'm one of the 7,500 owners of the Concord
You couldn't
Food
have just
Co-op.
let it go. Just you're one of the owners. It sounded
Well,
good.
I did make Concord Food Co-op T-shirts one time, and it says owner.
Yeah.
They went to the
Oh,
membership.
nice.
I've got
Everywhere
one
I
of
go,
those.
it's like, you own the co-op? Yes, I do.
Yes, I
do.
That's right.
God, you're the third person I've run into today.
I'm Greg Co-op.
Well, with Allison and Jim in the house, in the time we have left, we're coming down to the wire. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, stressful time of year. Did I spend the right amount of money for the kids? Did I get the right gift? Oh my God, how am I going to get everybody Thanksgiving? And where's the money coming from?
And this is where we talk about non-attachment.
Yeah.
What's
Busy head.
non-attachment?
Busy head.
Non-attachment, not being drawn and attached to material goods, kind of letting go of the things that aren't giving us joy or that kind of are artificial in nature. So even going into the season thinking, okay, it's not about money, it's not about gifts that I'm giving. What about the time I'm spending? What about the quality of time I'm giving? And if you're taking care of yourself, and starting sooner than the holiday season, like not sewing the parachute when you're falling out of an airplane.
Good point.
Setting yourself up to be in that mindset going to the season. And even last year, I prefaced everyone, I said, this year, we're going to give memories and experiences as gifts this year because, giving a gift and spending money on it just seems artificial. I want to give you something more than that. And at the end of the day, people aren't going to care how much you spent on a gift or how much money. There is an expectation, though, with kids.
There's a learning curve here. Yeah.
But
you got me.
So just start thinking.
What do you mean you got me a memory?
So start thinking about
where the hell's the tablet?
You
get
together, you make the memories, and that's what
no,
lasts.
I understand that, but I'm saying the first time out, there's a level of expectation.
Oh, absolutely. But setting the expectation that maybe it won't be extravagant like previous years, maybe like other because I know even like my parents, like as we went through and we got older, my parents would say, okay, this year, and like set the expectation so you don't go down like as a kid like being disappointed, but knowing like okay, there's purpose behind these gifts, and so there's less, but they're more meaningful. We wanted to give you really meaningful things.
I remember one year, and it was probably 3 or 4 years ago. One of my boys for Christmas. We were down. I gave them stuff, blah, 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 the usual. And he handed me an envelope. I went, oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. And I opened it up, and he had made a like $500 donation to like Save the Whales in my name. I went, damn. All right.
Yeah.
That's really, I would take that more than trying to get Dad something that I probably don't need anyway.
Right.
But this was thoughtful. It showed recognition of a bigger picture. I went, your mother did a great job raising it. It wasn't me, but I was proud of you.
Right, and the money's giving so much more.
Yeah, and I thought that was really kind of cool.
Yeah,
and there's so many different charities you can do
this
that
show,
with.
I mean, talking about the benefits of yoga and meditation, I think individuals that are have participated in yoga and meditation for years obviously know the benefits, and maybe some people have. I was involved with yoga many years ago, and it reminds me to get back to it. But I think it's really for individuals that have never experienced yoga and meditation. So do you offer? I guess it's for it's sort of embarrassing, I think, for many people to go into a room. Is this really quick? I guess is you offer beginning classes and.
Yeah, I do. We have one at our yoga studio on Main Street. It's 5:30 on Mondays. It's called Beginner Yoga.
Perfect.
Yeah,
there you go.
The Yoga Center.
Allison?
Yep. And at 43 Degrees, we offer gentle yoga, and all of our classes are open to everyone, tailorable.
That's perfect.
That's wonderful. Allison Lellos, Greg, and
Lessard.
Jim.
Superman.
There you go.
You're in the mood for real food. It's Concord Food Co-op.